This week on NXT, things got two stars have been at odds with each other, and it took the combined efforts of several talented officials to separate them. It seems highly likely that this is building towards a match between them. In the main event segment of NXT, Bron Breakker took center stage to make an announcement. Last week, he had a heated exchange with WWE Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels and was seen storming out of Michaels' office. Breakker talked about his previous encounter with Seth Rollins, mentioning that he came close to defeating the Visionary for the World Heavyweight title despite having only 78 matches under his belt. Breakker expressed that unlike many others, he didn't have the luxury of competing extensively around the world or in the independent circuit. However, before he could finish his promo, Ilya Dragunov made an unexpected appearance. The former NXT UK champion made it clear that the only obstacle standing between him and the NXT championship was Bron Breakker. Ilya swiftly kicked Breakker, igniting a full-blown fight between the two. Despite the efforts of WWE referees and Performance Center talent, they were unable to bring the brawl to a halt. So who do you think would emerge victorious in a clash between Bron and Ilya? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. In the latest episode of WWE's NXT, things got heated as the Dyad squared off against the Creed brothers in a loser leaves NXT tag team match. The stakes were high, with the losing team bidding farewell to the show. Before the match even started, Jagger Reed and Rip Fowler made their move, attacking Brutus and Julius Creed to gain an advantage. The Dyad showcased their strength with a devastating Doomsday device on Brutus Creed outside the ring, leaving his partner alone in the squared circle. Julius fought back, executing a double suplex and an headbutted Julius, allowing the Dyad to seal the deal with their double codebreaker move. Following the match stipulation, the Creed brothers bid farewell to NXT, opening the possibility of seeing them on Raw or SmackDown in the future. The show also captured the moment as the crowd showered them with appreciation. Meanwhile, Ivy Nile remains on her own on the brand, set to face Tiffany Stratton next week. Which WWE brand would you love to see the Creeds join? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. LA Knight was a massive favorite heading into the Money in the Bank ladder match, as many fans wanted him to win. Unfortunately, that didn't happen as Damian Priest ended up winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. Knight made an appearance at a WWE live event in Cardiff last night, speaking for the first time since the match. Knight made it clear that he isn't too worried about the loss and that he's gonna make himself a champion with or without the case. We'll have to wait and see what WWE has planned for the megastar. AEW programming often features its fair share of salty language, but the company's talent lately have been following some rules. On the latest edition of the My World podcast, AEW star Jeff Jarrett revealed that the promotion follows a language policy that puts some restrictions on what the performers can say on the air. The podcast saw Jarrett and Conrad Thompson discuss cuss words in wrestling promos. Jarrett said that context should always be considered when using this type of language on television, but he thinks that viewers have become desensitized to foul language in modern times and that nothing shocks them anymore. To make those words effective, the delivery is important, but AEW won't allow its stars to use certain words. "We have a language policy at AEW. You have to with network shows," he said. However, the former WWE superstar didn't reveal which words are allowed and which ones are prohibited by the network. Warner Bros. Discovery officials have reportedly told AEW to tone down the language in the past. Since then, however, the performers have continued to use profanities on television, suggesting that the company is still afforded a lot of leeway. For example, the word shit has become a staple of AEW television, while MJF and Jon Moxley have dropped F-bombs before. MJF even joked about gargling piss while impersonating Moxley on the October 26, 2022 episode of AEW Dynamite. Only time will tell how far AEW can go with their choice of words on TV. WWE Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels was renowned for his signature move, Sweet Chin Music, striking opponents unexpectedly. But who would have imagined that this wrestling move could become a real lifesaver? In a recently surfaced video from 2015, a man entered a jewelry store with clear intentions of robbing it. However, another individual in the store, seemingly a WWE fan, defied the company's "please do not try this at home" rule for a noble cause. The video captures the thief making demands, only to be taken down by a wrestling fan who executed Shawn Michaels' Sweet Chin Music, effectively incapacitating him. The fans' heroic actions, inspired by a WWE move, would undoubtedly make the Heartbreak Kid proud. The tweet showcasing this incident has garnered an incredible response from fans as they reminisce about Shawn Michaels' legendary sweet chin music kicks delivered to his opponents throughout the years. Jim Ross has now provided an update on his condition following his injury ahead of the debut episode of AEW Collision. Before the June 17th show, Ross revealed that he had suffered a bruised eye following a bad fall. While he did appear on the show to call the main event, he later apologized for how he sounded, noting that he'd be stepping away to heal. Speaking on his Grilling JR podcast, Ross noted that he has been getting better every day following a period of bad luck regarding his health. Explaining how he suffered this fall, Ross said, "I had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, so I hopped out of bed to go to the bathroom, and apparently I tripped over my CPAP cord. When I did, I fell face first into the end table next to my bed, and the corner hit over here somewhere, so I had a huge knot immediately. Eyes swelled shut almost immediately. But I was so sleepy and so out of it that I just got back in bed. I think actually I went to the bathroom. Mother Nature won that match, and then I got back in bed." Ross went on to note that he suffered a concussion and is okay now, and his boss Tony Khan was very supportive and gave the legendary announcer ample time before he could make a comeback. Here's wishing good old JR a speedy recovery. WWE Hall of Famer Rob Van Dam has no plans of retiring anytime soon. Despite being 52 years old, RVD remains active in the independent scene and continues to accept bookings. Having started his career in 1990, Mr. Monday Night was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2021. Van Dam gained popularity in ECW and achieved great success during his time with WWE as well. Recently, he made an appearance in the WWE Draft to announce several draft picks. During a recent episode of his One of a Kind podcast, RVD discussed his decision not to retire and his reluctance to make any retirement announcements only to return later. He simply wants to continue wrestling until he reaches old age. "I used to think about retiring a few years ago, but now I don't think I ever will. Why bother? I'll probably follow in the footsteps of Dory Funk Jr. and just never retire." The Global Pro Wrestling Summit, the first major wrestling event in Israel since 1994, is scheduled for September 14th, 2023 in Jerusalem. The show will feature many former WWE superstars, including Paul London, Ultimo Dragon, Frankie Kazarian, Davey Boy Smith, and Vladimir Kozlov. Legends such as Sting, Rob Van Dam, and Rikishi are also advertised for the event, although Goldberg's appearance is rumored, it has not been confirmed at this time. According to House of Wrestling, RVD will compete in a no-holds-barred triple threat match against Frankie Kazarian and Psycho Clown. Share your favorite moment from RVD's career in the comments section down below. UK fans were more than excited when John Cena made a surprise appearance in London, calling for the WWE's flagship show to come to the UK. The unexpected visit sparked speculation about the possibility of this dream event becoming a reality. Now a group of members of parliament have expressed their interest in supporting this endeavor to bring the WWE to the UK. Alex Davies-Jones, the co-chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group, or APPG in wrestling, acknowledged that John Cena's appearance took everyone by surprise. While speaking to BBC Newsbeat, Davies-Jones has made things quite clear that hope is not lost for London to get a WrestleMania event. Alex Davies-Jones went on to say that, "Whatever we can do to make the UK attractive to host wrestling on the world stage, we are more than happy to help facilitate. We would use our contact and negotiating skills to try and reach out to WWE, making conversations happen to try and promote the UK as a premier destination for world-class wrestling." WWE expects host cities to cover the costs of hosting WrestleMania. However, this approach might not be suitable for London, as it's already a top tourist destination in Europe and doesn't require WWE's paid PR services. The outcome of this situation remains uncertain, but the idea of London hosting WrestleMania is still alive. Nevertheless, WWE is already considering potential locations for WrestleMania 41, and it's highly likely to be held in a city within the United States. Wembley Stadium in London would make for an amazing WrestleMania venue, but will it become a reality? Share your thoughts in the comments. Dominik Mysterio is undeniably one of the top heels in Vince McMahon's company right now. Week after week on WWE television, Mysterio manages to draw a chorus of boos from the audience, and it seems that even while dining at a restaurant, he couldn't escape the negative reception. Jimmy's Famous Seafood took to Twitter to share a photo featuring Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Dominik Mysterio from Judgment Day. Notably, Finn Balor was absent from the picture. According to Jimmy's Famous Seafood, fans at the restaurant actually booed Mysterio while he was enjoying his meal. The character transformation of Dominik Mysterio has been nothing short of remarkable, and his portrayal as a heel continues to generate a significant amount of hostility.